one, but looking at these drafts, who have you got favored here, Cloud?
Ooh. I do like Blacklist. I think that they are rather balanced. They have a good engagement. Not to say that Elevate does not have good engagement. They do have it in the Venti, right? But Sanjay, he's able to go straight to the back. Like, just turn around. Gotta get creative with the route, right? Turn around, go back, find whoever's on the back line. And ideally, if they can get Azar, then they will be able to win fights easily.
Yeah, I mean, we missed a bit of a brawl there up into the Clash lane. I mean, Mayin's taken a lot of damage from the Sunset. So, again, level 1, these heroes, I feel like the matchup always favors the Sunset in this one because he has so much damage. He has physical defense reduction as well, coming through with those swings of his second ability. So, 1-to-1, Mayin definitely struggles here, but we're seeing a bit of a push in the farm lane with Diadea and the DRNG. The bit of farewell does come through, but nothing comes into fruition. Just a little bit of mental mind games, it seems.
Yeah, but it's still the laning phase, right? So as long as you're able to poke your opponent, you push them back, and it allows you access to more farm, that will be good enough. But we do have a rotation here from the middle. It's not going to impact too much, but the idea, again, is, like what you said, just to play the mind games with them.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about Dragon rotating down into the mid lane, it gives over that farm mid lane to Orgren as well. And I mean, we know one or two things from Orgren is that he does need a few items, but the engage is going on up into the clash lane between Chami and Hyde. There is no jungles around them, so it could be a solid 1v1 here. He does able to escape. Hyde barely just getting out of there.
Yeah, it's a mine, so he should be able to get away to safety, but he's not level 4 yet. We can see how Chami is really putting in the pressure onto him, and now they have a 1-level gap very, very early on. And coming back down to the bottom lane, looks like Dragon. He left back onto the mid lane. So what does this mean is that Blacklist, they might see the opportunity.
Yeah, they do get a knockup from the Sakir here, so well played by Everlist, trying to set up an engage, but Dragon has come straight back down to his teammates. We do see the Burning Cinders come through as well, just trying to catch anybody in the brush as a phase check. And even Chami, he was trigger happy on that Sunset.
For nothing, so that gave the opportunity for Blacklist International to farm on other lanes. And if we were to look at the goal difference right now, it's about 1K to about 2K. And that is the gap that the Blacklist International has created. They did that by just pulling the attention of the Elevate players to one lane, and they were happily farming on the other lanes.
Yeah, I kind of want to play the devil's advocate because I feel like the history between these two teams, I feel like Elevate knows that Chami 1 is probably one of the stronger players within Blacklist. So for them to leave him secluded up into the Clash lane, I feel like it's intentional. They've got to be brewing something here.
Let's see what sort of tea would they be brewing there. But what we're sure is that Blacklist, they're brewing Juche right now. He has been given the mid lane for the longest time. So he has been having a good time here farming. And he's already at level 8 as compared to Ajizix, who's at level 7 still.
Yeah, I mean, Juicy here on the Orgren is kind of like Blam at a buffet. I'd be very happy just sat there in mid lane, just nomming away at this food. They need to make sure they don't let him get too fat because he won't fit through the doors on the way out.
Oh man, it's dinner time at where I am, and now I'm feeling hungry. Thanks for the reminder. But anyway, things are going to change right now with the rotation by Blacklist.
Yes, we do have the Death Precipice comes through. The Dream Roll is well set a little bit too early. The set sail connects, getting the first blood onto Blacklist as they can set up a convincing Tyrant here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with Ajizix down, the Tyrant is up for grabs for free. Not only the Tyrant, look at this. They're trying to get the buff together. So it's a 2-for-1 for Blacklist International. Elevate is not going to be able to stop them.
Yeah, no stopping at all. They have no smite. They don't even have a Zhong Fei on the roster as well that normally takes a smite as a support to even stop it. But Hyde was making a little bit of a leeway up into the Clash lane before we get into this replay. But here we go. Set up beautifully is that set sail straight onto the back of Monkey. He was not even recognizing what hit him.
Yeah, that's the thing about, like, if you're alone on the lane very, very long, your teammates will need to have good comms. Yeah. They need to remind that, hey guys, like, bottom is missing, they're probably making the rotation. He probably overextended himself on the mid lane, hence he was punished for it.
Absolutely. I mean, they should be shouting on the cast, hey guys, the guy with the boat's missing. Where is he going? Watch out, watch your backs. But they do take the T1 down into the farm lane. So some huge movements here for Blacklist.
Yeah, great move there. Still, Blacklist having the advantage, but they're making the rotation down to the bottom.
Yeah, down to the bottom, there's a lot going on here. We may see that Golden Kite gets caught out there, so it's going to be D-Ranger that gets caught out, but it is a trade for the farm lane as Zar goes down, but it's not quite done yet. We see Dragon claims the kill onto Mitsura. Mitsura being that crucial kill threat from yesterday, earning himself an extra $500 in his back pocket just for hitting a well-timed ultimate.
Wow, what a good rotation there by Blacklist. Yes, they lost one player, but then again, they traded back with two, so it's a good one here. Elevate managed to get one out of the fight because they know that Blacklist, they're all kind of busy there at the bottom lane. But if we look at the current map control, Blacklist, they just want to deny everything in the bottom jungle from the hands of Elevate.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing it quite a lot today as well. Just the enemy teams just helping themselves to their enemy's jungle and just making sure that they're not paying any kind of respects to their enemies, but just making sure they get as much resources as quick as possible. And it's reflecting in the overall gold lead. I mean, about 3k gold right now for Blacklist as we're approaching that 7-minute mark. We do get hit with the Burning Cinders and the Blazing Brilliance. Hyde was caught out. He was definitely not a good hide-and-seek player.
Yeah, he wouldn't do too well in Kindy there. Well, he stayed too long in the bush though. I guess it was kind of like an obvious position, but anyway, in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle we do see a bit of a knock up here, and straight in with the set sail is setting it all up with the slam dunk from Juicy. It's going to be the 5th kill going over the Blacklist. So again, we see kills going in the mid lane, and T2's been taken up in the clash lane.
All right, Blam, who's the tankiest hero for Elevate? It is the Mankey. If the Mankey is able to be taken down as quickly as what we saw, I'm a little bit worried for Elevate now.
It's a different playstyle for Agizix, because I don't think he played the Monkey yesterday. So again, you kind of like the DRNG, you have to get that bubble up and the barrier up, but we're seeing a bit of a 3v1 here, but Orgrin is not the buddy you want to be 3v1 in. He can take the sustain, but Chami unfortunately lands into the Destructive Deluge. I think that was a bit of a mistake there from Chami 1.
Yeah, clearly, especially when he's underneath his own tower, right? So you don't want to make that big engagement. Plus, he does have a level gap, he does have a gold gap, so they probably expended all their skills at the wrong place.
Yeah, the wrong place. But speaking of wrong place, it's definitely Elevate not defending that T1 in the mid lane. The Destiny encounter from Chaz going through a little bit early there. I'm not too sure what the point of that was other than to try and phase check. But that's a good bit of intel for Elevate, though. They know that the Destiny encounters are on cooldown.
And they know where the position of the players at Elevate are, and they will go in.
Oh, yes. I mean, it's a little bit tip-tap here. I think it's a bit coy for the time being, but Monkey does go in with the engage. We are seeing Hyde get a little bit lost in the source there, and it is all falling apart at the waist of Elevate. That is a triple kill going over to Juicy in the jungle, and now they have the minions at the high ground turret.
Oh yeah, and there's nothing that Agizix can do about it. Like, he can't even come out. The moment he shows himself, that's it. So this round definitely goes to Blacklist International, but Agizix still tries.
Yeah, Blacklist with a bit of a love letter there for Team Vitality. They were like, hey, you've done it in 8 minutes and 36 seconds. We're going to try and beat it. They didn't. They were just a little bit off the tail there, but very, very impressive. First game under the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, very convincing win. Even 10 minutes. I wonder if this is the fastest game so far that we have gotten in this tournament. But it was controlled pretty much from start to end for Blacklist International against Elevate. I mean, this is a result that probably a lot didn't expect because they went like, what, 3-2 during the qualifiers? Yeah. So fans would expect a little bit more fight.
Yeah, just a little bit more fight. I mean, maybe it's just Elevate kind of just warming up to the temperament at the top of the